Welcome to my January wrap-up. These were all the books that I read, plus audiobooks that are not included because I read them obviously. It's an audiobook. I don't have the physical copy. And let's get into it. I'm so excited. Hi guys, welcome back to a new video of mine. My name is Emily and I love showing my books. So in today's video I will be showing you all the books I read in January. These are not all of them. That was like a pile there, but this is the first books that I read. So I would describe January a little bit difficult. Also, how is it like January? So like this month felt like the longest month ever. Maybe it's because I have exams early Feb, so this felt very long because I was studying so much. Like I'm ready to skip over to February. I hated Jan. So let's talk about the books that I read because I did love them. They were great. Headspace wise, no. Books wise, yes. So let's get into them. Also let me know your favorite book of the month. I would really love some new recommendations. So yeah, but let's get into my wrap up. The first book that I actually read was very fun because I read Heartwarming 5 finally. Oh my goodness, I got it for Christmas. And the way I was so close to buying it so many times during the month of Feb, the month of December, just because I saw it so many times in bookstores, it was painful. And yeah, I got it for Christmas and I read it on January 1st because I was on vacation the last week of December. So anyways, I love this book so much. Obviously a 5-star read, just because these books are all 5-star reads. I love them so much. Like, it's not like a crazy book being made. It was a short comic story, you know. I feel like it's a little bit sad because I wish they would be real books, but I did really enjoy it and that was really fun. And yeah, I'm so excited to be back in this world. I was so excited to be back in this world because like I haven't read like a new hardcover book since early 2022 when the other book came out, so that was heartbreaking. But yeah, I'm excited to see this. Also, it's a TV show, and yeah, 5 stars. First book, done. Then I listened to an audiobook that I randomly got from my Libby. I saw like there's a new book, got it, and then it got a month-long hold, and I was like, wow, I did something crazy here. I felt so proud of myself just because like it was a new release, had like almost no rating on Goodreads, and I got it first, which was exciting. But that was The Frozen River, which is a historical fiction book set in the 1800s. I needed to remind myself so many times that it was literally 1798, something like that. I'll put the number here because I'm really bad with like numbers. This book was so good. It was such a great historical fiction book. I would really recommend it. It was a great audiobook as well. And it was a bit longer, so like 15 hours, so yeah, but it was really good. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was gonna be just 4 stars, but then at the end in the author's note, she revealed that it was a true story, that the whole plot was real, that it existed on actual diaries that she found from the main character. So my mind was just like blown because it's basically about a woman who is this midwife in the 1800s in a small New England town, and she kept diaries of it all. They were found and turned into a book, and it was just like crazy, and I love it so much that it was actually real. Like, yeah, really good for my nerd brain. And yeah, it was crazy what she had to get through. So many secrets were in there. It was very juicy, if that makes sense. And yeah, it was a really good story. I would really recommend if you like those types of books. And it was like very wintry because like look at the cover, it's giving winter. That's why I put it on hold. But yeah, then I read Percy Jackson, which took me for some reason so long. Like, this book is teeny tiny and it took me like almost a week, but whatever. But yeah, I read the first Percy Jackson this month and I really enjoyed it. It was my first time reading, so I haven't read it yet when I was younger, which is kind of sad. I wish I would have, because I think that I would have loved it more, and then it would now be a comfort book, but instead it was like a middle grade Greek mythology fantasy book, which I did enjoy. So I gave it 4 stars and it was very fun. I love Percy and I love the new TV show that came out. Obviously that's why I watched it, because my sister's obsessed with the movies. What had they done to the movies? Now I understand why people are so upset with the movies. Like, those were bad. Well, not bad, but like not at all what the movie was. So I love it, and I'm excited to keep reading because I love Percy and the rest of the characters. They were really, really fun. Then I read The Brother Thorthorn by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the fourth book, or like the first book of a sequel series trilogy. And I haven't heard great things about this book, so I was a little bit iffy to read it. But I wanted to complete the series until the point where I'm at now. I don't know how to say that, but yeah. And I would say I liked it. I like being back in this world, but honestly, I just didn't care that much about the storyline. It was very confusing because there was so much going on. It was focusing on Grace and Jameson at the same time, but like they were completely different points, and I don't know. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was definitely entertaining and stuff, but like not my favorite. And I loved Avery, and she was just like such a small little part in this book, and like yeah, it was okay. I'm excited for the next one, so I don't know. Then I listened to The Martian by Andy Weir. So like this month was all over the place. I just want to say that. So The Martian was interesting. I read it for school because we were talking about it in a seminar, and because it was like movie and then book and stuff, which was really interesting. And I also obviously watched that movie, which was really good. And I think people know the movie more than the book. But yeah, it was just very scientifically, because basically it's about this man who's an astronaut with his crew at Mars, and then the crew leaves because of a sandstorm, and they think he died, but he's actually not dead. So he needs to survive on Mars until they can rescue him, obviously, which is really hard because that was obviously unplanned. It was really interesting. I loved his humor, like obsessed. Like Mark Watney was such a funny character. His jokes were so funny. He was just like sarcastic and stuff. Like it was great. I just didn't care about the science stuff. Like he was explaining how he was growing potatoes and what he was doing with like all the astronaut stuff, and I was like, well, don't care. So I think I was glad that I listened to it because that made it a little bit easier, you know. But definitely would recommend it, and I gave it 4 stars as well. But then I don't want to say this was my favorite part of this month because they were audiobooks, and I don't know, but they were kind of my favorite part of the month. So as my reread for this month, I chose The Atlas 6 and The Atlas Paradox, and I really love it. I mean, I read those because the third one came out, and I wanted to reread these 2 books because I also read them in 2022. So I wanted to be like freshly into the story, know what was going on, get to know the characters again more. And I mean, I love these books. I love those characters. They are probably one of my favorite characters because they are so interesting. These characters are so interesting. How their mind works, how their magic works, it is amazing. Basically, it's about 6 magicians living in the secret society house and having to do some crazy stuff because of their magic. And I'm not really say too much about it because first of all, the plot is complicated, and second, I don't really understand. I'm just here for the characters alone. But the second book left off on a crazy cliffhanger, so that was very exciting to read that third one later. But yeah, obviously love these 2, 5 stars. My favorite character is definitely Gideon. I know he's not part of the 6, but he's my favorite. Otherwise Nico. Then maybe Callum. Like I don't think a lot of people love Callum as much as I do, because I feel like he could be very hated, but I personally love him. I have a soft spot for him. Then Tristan, and then maybe Livy. That's how my rating can go. And then Parisa and Brena. Sorry, don't really care too much about these 2 because I just don't. But yeah, great books, love them. Then I filmed the video where I read some of the most popular books from 2023 that were like in a lot of people's best books of the year videos. And the first book that I read was Divine Rivals, which I gave 5 stars. Very exciting, obviously. Love that for me. I love this cover, but I do own the American version as well. So that's very fun. And I love having both because they're both very pretty. basically how that all happened, because I'm not usually one to buy 2 copies of the same book, trying to be financially responsible, sorry, my brain isn't working anymore because of all the uni work that's in there. But I'll be gone in a week, so all good. We're at the end stretches of it all. Anyways, I got this book when I was book shopping just casually in my bookstore, and this book has been unavailable for a month. Since like August, I was trying to get this book. It was never here. It was genuinely always sold out, and I wanted to get this copy so badly. Didn't. And then I asked my mom to get me this one for Christmas. But then I saw this one randomly shortly before Christmas, and I obviously had to get it because I was so scared I was never gonna get it again. So I had 2 copies even before I read it. Yes, you heard that correctly. And I'm so glad I loved it, because otherwise it would be very sad. But yeah, I love them, and I'm excited to read the second one because this left off on a crazy cliffhanger. So excited to read the next one. Part of this reading vlog was also Yellow Face by Art Kwon, which has been getting a lot of great reviews, and I think it is a really good book. The first half was so fun, honestly great, because it is basically about an author who is best friends with another author, but the other author is very successful, like extremely successful, and the other author is very jealous, and then the successful author dies randomly while they're together in her apartment. The way she died, you should just read the book for getting to know how she dies, because it was so funny in a way. I don't know, I would not like how she died anyways. And then the friend sees the manuscript that the popular author wrote, and it's like, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna publish it as my own story. Basically, like, edits it and brings it to the end, and then publish it as her own. And the story goes from there. The main plot point was also that that author was a Chinese American author, and the other one is just a white person. And so the book that she stole, the manuscript, is about the Chinese in World War I, and obviously the white person didn't even have any knowledge about that, how to talk about that stuff, and also didn't care. Like, she just was so ignorant, so crazy, so racist. It was crazy, and it made a very interesting book to read about such an unlikable character. Like, genuinely, you do not like her, but the way she just keeps going with the lie is crazy and very interesting to read. Definitely would recommend it. The middle I didn't love for a very specific reason, so that was that. But otherwise really good, and I think I gave it 4 stars. Yeah. And for the last book of this video, I read The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, which was a great audiobook. I really enjoyed it. It was super interesting, especially because I knew nothing about Britney Spears basically, and yeah, it was just really cool to know more about her. I didn't even know she had kids, that she was with Justin Timberlake. Like, I knew nothing, so it was definitely really good. I wish it would have been longer because it was just like 5 hours long, so a very short memoir, so I wish it would have done more, but that's okay. Totally chill. Very good, very interesting, no rating obviously. And then I read The Cat Who Saved Books because I needed a Kindle book, and I got that one from my library, and it was very fun, very easy to read, very quick, like 200 books, 200 pages ish. Yeah, translated from Japan, yeah, I think so. And basically about a cat who goes to this bookstore where a young boy is working because his grandfather just died, and the boy and the cat go on to save books. It was very enjoyable, and it gave some great books, and it gave some great quotes about reading especially like now with the relevance of TikTok and like fast reading and like fast fashion reading or fast fashion books, like books are trending one day and then the other it's another book, and you just need to buy books so often and read so quickly to be keeping up with the book talk trends. And it was just really interesting to read about that kind of ish. Like, I don't know, I would really recommend it as a reader to read the book about books. And that was the last book that I read, and then I just listened to more books because I had no time to read. So that's fun. But I listened to Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes, which is basically the second book in the duology, which is also the TV show, so I just wanted to finish that like series just to take it like off because I'm trying to finish more series. I was in the middle of that one and it was okay, it was interesting, it was, yeah, but like literally the second season of You from Netflix about how Joe goes to Los Angeles and kills people there. Can't really say more about that one without spoilers, but hey, entertaining, and I give it 3 stars. Entertaining. Then I listened to The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, which is I think her debut novel, which was taking place in a like wintry, snowed-in cabin about 4 or 5 women who go to this writing retreat set up by this like mega famous author. Another book about books and publishing, so that was kind of the theme of the month, kind of, I don't know. But yeah, it was very twisty, very thrilling. The plot twist got me, I think. There was some kind of like romance in it that was kind of surprising, and I would definitely recommend it. It was a fun, snowy thriller, and I gave it 4 stars, so pretty good. And then I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Obviously I have the copy because I already read it in like 2021, I think, when I was on my self-help book grind. I'm not anymore, but I'm trying to get back into it a little bit at least. And I got again the audio from my library and I read it through that. It was very fun. It was very interesting and a really good self-help book. I would definitely recommend it. It's very short, easy to get through, very funny written, really good written, and some good life lessons in it, honestly. Can't hurt to read. Hi guys, this is a little clip that I'm filming because I finished the last book of January. I really wanted to include it in January's wrap up because it's a new release that came out in January, so I feel like it's relevant to say the least, because I finished The Atlas Complex last night, so that was fun. And the clip is literally going up right now. Like, I'm just filming this and then putting it in the video and then uploading it. So if you're watching this shortly after it got out, then you're watching me basically live. But anyways, I'm currently outside because my roommate has a friend and that friend is here and he's making music, so it's really weird. But anyways, about the Atlas Complex, what can I say pretty much except what the fuck was that of an ending? I genuinely don't know if I'm gonna give it 1 star or 5 stars. I'm not kidding, I'm not. It's just so crazy, and I really liked parts of it and parts I didn't really like, and the ending was so random. And I read it and I was like, or not the ending, but like 100 pages before the end, if you've read it then you know, I was like, surely not, like something is gonna happen to make it like unsure and stuff, and like no, and I was like so confused about that. But anyways, I genuinely don't know what to rate it, so I haven't gotten a rating yet. I'm thinking 5 stars. I'm also thinking 2 stars, but I'm definitely not thinking like 3 stars or something, because it was definitely not like middle, it was either one, but I don't know. But I really love the characters and the relationships and everything like that. The plot in all 3 books is a bit what, and like please pick it up. But like if you just care about the characters then it's great, so I really don't know. But anyways, I really liked it, and it was so fun then going on TikTok last night and like looking at other people's reviews and like what people want from the book and being like, I'm team Nico and Libby and I'm team Nico and Gideon. and what team won. Did any team really win? I mean, yes, definitely, but also, is the team really happy that they won, or is it just, yeah? So that's all I can say about the Atlas Complex, but I really enjoyed it, and I really love this series. It's probably one of my favorites, and I did go and look on Illumicrate and Fairloot to get the special editions, but couldn't find them yet. Like, the old ones are just bad, but I really enjoyed my time reading it. And yeah, let's go back to Emily a few days ago. And yeah, those were all the books that I read / listened to this month. I think I listened to a lot this month actually works as read, but that's okay. I'm just grateful that I have the option to listen to books. Because a year ago I couldn't do that, so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'm gonna go back to studying now, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye.